Yo, so guys, and welcome back to a brand new Hijomeatman news video. And today we're going to be talking about Pecco Bagnaia finally lifting off the weight off his shoulders of taking the first win for himself in MotoGP and for the factory Ducati team since he has joined them red colours. And he done it in fashion. I mean, Aragon, the great battle with Marquez, to get your first win after having a very little interesting battle, a little bit of a ding dong with an 8 times world champion, and obviously managing to come out as the better man is definitely pretty special. And obviously, like I say, he's lifted off that weight off his shoulders now. Has Pecco, maybe it took a little bit longer than what he might have been expecting, to get that first win. But like I say, better late than never. And like I say, he done it in absolute fashion. Great weekend from Pecco, the whole weekend in general, from Friday. Then obviously Saturday was phenomenal with the smashing the lap record. And then obviously the race couldn't have gone any better for him, honestly. I mean, he literally had the philosophy of Valentino Rossi. I mean, he had the philosophy of his mentor. Every time he got overtook, he made sure to overtake again straight away. Not let Marcus get into a rhythm and try to pull a ping. And obviously Vamos in the Grand Prix. And yeah, very, very reminiscent, of Valentino Rossi, which is interesting, to see that in his little pupils, I guess you could say, his little students, kind of copying his techniques. But obviously definitely worked out. I mean, if he hadn't have obviously tried to fight back straight away, you just never really know how the race could have panned out, because Marcus obviously could have pulled the pin and obviously get into his rhythm and maybe pull out a little bit of a gap. But yeah, phenomenal race from Pecco Bagnaia. Definitely probably going to be the first win of many, you could say, for Bagnaia. I mean, he's a phenomenal rider, especially on this GP21. His riding style, it's just great. I mean, especially in qualifying, the one laps from him, and then obviously Jorge Martin also, you could say, they're always pretty phenomenal. Maybe on the Sunday, maybe isn't maybe as good as the Saturday, but obviously yesterday in the Aragon GP, he was pretty handy, obviously picking up that first win. But yeah, phenomenal rider, great riding style, always looks on rails. Honestly, he makes it look easy considering it's a Ducati, which isn't one of the best bikes through the corners and that. Although this bike, does steer a little bit better than the previous bikes. But even so, he always extracts the most from it on the Saturday. And obviously in the Sunday, great race. And really everything kind of went to plan for him. It wasn't easy, it wasn't an easy win. Definitely had to fight for it. And obviously come out on top, fighting an 8 times world champion and managing to beat him is pretty spectacular. And I definitely feel like it's going to be the first win of many from Pecco. I mean, there's still some tracks on the calendar where Ducati can go really strong at. So I definitely feel like we need to watch out for Pecco, because he could be on his way to getting more wins and podiums. Obviously, he'll be fully motivated after getting his first win, and he'll be eager to get more under his belt. And it's going to be interesting. I mean, Ducati, they did take a risk, signing Jack Miller and Pecco Bagnaia for the team, kicking out 2 experienced riders to put in, 2 younger riders, maybe less experience, less knowledge and stuff like that, especially in the case of Pecco Bagnaia. And he's doing a phenomenal job, and obviously that first win definitely going to feel very special. The first win always does. Like I say, I imagine he'll be very eager to add some more onto his tally, and maybe prepare himself for the charge in 2022. Obviously, he's a little bit far back in the championship this season, so maybe the win, in that aspect is a little bit out of reach. But maybe next season, he can try again. But yeah, guys, what are your thoughts on the Grand Prix? I thought it was a phenomenal race. I couldn't watch it live, unfortunately, for myself. I was in a warehouse, in a freezer, for 8 hours, destroying my body. But once I did see the race, it was definitely good. That battle, and towards the end was very enjoyable. Races like that are always just better. When you see 2 people fighting for the win, constant overtaking. you know, it's definitely a lot more enjoyable than seeing someone just kind of ride off into the distance and win. But all your thoughts on the Grand Prix, guys? Do you think we'll see Pecco on the top step of the podium many more times this year? Make sure you leave it down in the comments, leave a like and subscribe for more content as always, and I'll see you with some brand new videos very soon.